It's a very interesting time in venture. I would say that right now, and I've been in the tech ecosystem building companies since 1994. And I was fortunate enough to have two separate billion-dollar exits or companies by the time I was 30. And so that was in the 90s. And that was a crazy time, right? You could come up with an idea and come up with a multi-billion-dollar company within a few years. And, I did that a couple separate times. And I would say that since that time, there has not been another time like that in the history of innovation. That doesn't mean there hasn't been great times. There's been, amazing companies built like Uber or SpaceX or, Starlink to use another Elon company. But there have been amazing companies built since. But there hasn't been a time like that until now. And just to give you a sense of what's going on right now, I think this is the golden era of venture capital. I think the advent of AI coupled with the market dynamics, we're coming out of a blip, a downturn, some sort of, lower valuations, et cetera. And coming out of it, things have bounced back very quickly. So we have, markets are up and pretty much everything is up. Even, to some extent, valuations are going a little bit up, but valuations are lower compared to, let's say, the stock market's recovered. The bond market's doing well. Crypto's doing well. Everything's doing well. So limited partners are feeling wealthier. Valuations are down. Large companies are laying off, I think it was 240,000 jobs were lost by just big tech since November. And these are people that are highly talented, locked into careers at these companies, kind of going nowhere. They're now free to go work on startups. So there's a talent availability. But probably the most exciting thing is all the innovation that's happening. And we're going to have a lot of tables about this today. So here in Silicon Valley, I'm fortunate to spend time with some of the leading minds in AI, and some of them are friends of mine, from Elon and people who wrote many of the algorithms that are used today, including the LLM algorithms, et cetera. And there's a consensus among the true leading thinkers in AI that AGI is coming, and probably 2024 is the year that if we don't have AGI, it will be like, is this AGI? I think it is AGI. It might not be AGI because it's not going to be very clear. I mean, right now, like, we just run our own AI programs and initiatives. And, if you talk to the AI, especially the LLMs and some of the more advanced LLMs, in kind of a mean way, or if you talk to them in a nice way, you get different results. And that's kind of interesting, right? I don't think it's AGI at all, but it's certainly beginning to blur the lines of like what's AGI and what's not AGI. You got to be nice to your AI to get certain kind of results. If you're mean to AI, you get different results, right? So most of the experts I'm speaking with feel that AGI is coming in 2025. Right now, you can make a seed or pre-seed investment that can get 100x in a year. I don't remember any time in a long time where, normal everyday investors can make investments that get 100x in a year. It's been a long time. It's happened. It's definitely happened over the last 20 some odd years, but it's like very, very rare. That's why they were called unicorns. And in AI right now, that's happening a lot. Like, it's happening with enough frequency that it's not quite a common occurrence. So there's a whole AI table. We could talk about the AI valuation bubbles. You can talk about AI innovations in technology. So there were so many people talking about AI. We just made an AI table. That's going to be a popular table. I'm sure the AGI table is going to be very popular. A few other quick trends we'll be covering. Deep tech. There's people are taking AI and making robots like Optimus, or if you haven't seen it, the Rabbit R1. It's a new phone-like device that has no apps. It's just all voice controlled with AI. So it's like, get me an Uber, book me lunch, play this music. And the AI is linked with Spotify. In fact, the creator created a new large action model. Instead of LLM, large language model, they created an LAM. And so you just sit there and tell it what you want to do. And there's no apps, there's no real UI. It's just like a push to talk device. There's a lot of deep tech innovations coming, and there's a deep tech channel. Then we've got another table or channel around sustainability. Obviously, this is not a good year for humans and the environment. No matter what chart you look at, no matter what you read, where it's just not good. Highest heat levels, we hit 1.5 degrees Celsius. And so a lot of investors are thinking about this. A lot of investors are correctly worried about this. What are the innovations we need? What do we need to be funding? Clearly, that's going to be a very important topic. We've got a general venture channel because there were so many discussions around what's happening in the overall venture scene. There's things about lower valuations in general, except for, of course, AI. But leave that aside. There's global expansion of venture capital. There's new managers abounding. There's VC Lab. This is one of our event series, and we have some cool things for you, okay? First off, cohort 14, totally free. We'll help you launch a fund in 2024. If you haven't done so, please apply. It is referral week right now. So if you're not interested in applying, but you know a new or emerging manager launching a fund, venture studio, fund of funds, even a family office, invite them to apply. This is the week, best chances for acceptance. I accepted 12 people today. In addition to that, we just announced and launched the LP Institute. An email went out about it last night. It kind of blew up this morning. We had over 100, it was like 120, but it'd be like 150 by now. The LP Institute, 8 weeks, learn how to invest like a limited partner with best practices in due diligence, etc. If you already are a limited partner and you want to improve your craft, be better at due diligence, stuff like that, we have it as well. A track for new limited partners and a track for emerging limited partners. That's going to start in February, and check it out. It's $11.99, so it will cost money. But if you're referred by anyone from VC Lab, etc., it's free. So it's free for referrals, and we're going to help you get into being a limited partner.